Hendersons coming at you with another one. We on the road for 2 days, and then we home, and then we back on the road for another 2 days. So we finna get them in. So the first road game we in Dallas. So let me get this ready.
I'm about to beat you.
Why?
I said go start when I'm on there. Let's go. Cause the pain in my butt right now. I'm about to beat him. Okay, I'm on there now.
Okay. Let me get him. I'm in the green hoodie.
Oh no, it didn't pop up on my phone. My wrong one. No, you got that black shirt on.
That's the one from last night.
No, your one today that came on.
Hold on. I'm finna. Shout out to the two. Hold on, girl.
At point guard, D'Angelo Russell.
I'm in a green hoodie.
At the other guard
A
position,
dark green hoodie.
Austin Reeves.
Hold on.
At center, Anthony Davis. At the other forward position, LeBron James.
You all the way at the bottom, right? Where you at? Do it say live?
6 feet, 7
Click it.
Number 25, Jeff Washington Jr. At the center position, 7 feet, 1 inch. Number 2, Derek.
Okay, do you see me waving my hand?
The other forward at 6 foot 6 inches.
I got on the black Lee shirt. It say Lee on my shirt. I took my hoodie off, that's why.
Number 11, Number 77. Dodge it.
Greetings, everyone. You've got it live on Tuesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And joining us courtside, reporter David Aldridge. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. The guard spots filled by Russell and Reed. Down in the block, it's LeBron and Davis. And it's Hachimura in at the 3, the small forward.
Say what?
Washington and Lively hold down the post.
What you say?
Irving on the wing along with Thompson. And it's Doncic in at the point guard. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things.
Thanks, Didi, for the 100%. How you doing today?
So Dallas will get the first possession. Pass to Lively. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And they get it back. 6 to shoot. Irving kicks to Washington. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Lakers ball.
Russell feeling it out a bit from deep. And that one's good. Hachimura's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for the Lakers. Poked away. Doncic passes to Thompson. Lively with it. 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
I'll be right back, y'all. I gotta run and get something. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. I had to go get my charger for my tablet.
And here are the Mavericks now. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Thompson outside, tipped away. It's stolen by Hachimura. Lively against Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
This is what Davis does, people. He has a wide variety of ways to score. Very few bigs can handle like that.
Not a fast start for the Mavericks. It's a 5-point game. Keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Even with all that noise, when they had the ball, it never rattled them. Their offense was in tune like it was a home game.
That's tipped. And so the ball out of bounds. Reeves touched it left.
Oh, you tired.
Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball.
0 for 4 to start things off. Got a bit of a pillow fight brewing here, but they're going to get it going.
And Greg, at the time Kyrie joined Dallas, there were some questions around how he and Doncic would fit together.
Yeah, well, Dallas needed another ball handler who could score and make plays for others. Doncic couldn't do it all by himself, especially in the postseason. Now they're trying to build around those two guys.
James against Washington. Shoots from 14, and there's another one for the Lakers.
Assist goes to
Great ball movement there.
James.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I briefly spoke with Jason Kidd. He told me, now that team goes as Anthony Davis goes. When AD is feeling good and he's in rhythm, everything clicks. Coach said we'll need a team effort at both ends. Our communication has to be excellent, and even then, we're not going to completely stop them. Guys?
Thank you, David. We get a chance to check out some stats for Anthony Davis.
His effective field goal percentage, a favorite stat of the analytics crowd, has been on the way down over his past 10 games. His game isn't as well-rounded as it needs to be.
Now, here is Irvin. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And he didn't just create offense for himself now. He did a tremendous job of setting up his teammates as well.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Los Angeles?
The enthusiasm they've brought to their defense so far is something else. Going after shooters and really hustling to get their hands on shots.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Knocked away. Here's the break. From deep, Reeves. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Doncic against Russell. And the slam dunk by Russell.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
For the Lakers, they won their last contest, that game against Houston.
Well,
you go to sleep.
The opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
It definitely made things easier for them. When the other team is just handing you the ball back, you got to make them pay for it.
Doncic, no good. Lakers leading by 13. Davis kicks to Russell. Shoots over Washington. And Russell with the basket on the assist by Davis. Russell's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Fast break, here they come. And here's Reeves outside. Cans it from downtown. Reeves has got 6.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
They got off to
Oh, you going for the late.
That can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Dallas calls timeout. And when you're taking on a back-to-back, Richard, does your approach change at all?
As a player, not much. The coaches, they may look to adjust some minutes, but on the court, you just got to keep pushing.
look for Dallas. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Jarek Livin. Marshall comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Dante Exum in for Luka Doncic. Vanderbilt's checked in for Los Angeles. Gabe Vincent comes in for Austin Reeves. Now, here's Washington. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Now, here's Exum. Not a lot of room. Clock at 4. A solo fast break. Here's Vanderbilt. And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
And you can't forget about Davis's length. He uses it well to grab steals.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. .11 left in the first. Russell, and the slam dunk by Russell.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
And 101 left to play in the first. And there's the pass to Washington. He kicks to Marshall. Clock at 6 to end the drought. And Davis sends it back.
It's the length of Davis that makes it so hard to shoot over top of.
Pass to Vincent. For the 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Hachimura with a clear path to the rack. And the dunk by Hachimura.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
They've played fantastic ball, and you can feel the hush that's come over this crowd.
What you talking
to the
about?
left side wing. Here's Marshall. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. D'Angelo Russell getting it done for Los Angeles. He caused a lot of headaches with his defense that quarter, coming up with steals again and again. Right back after this break.
Right number 7. Flight number?
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, the Lakers are pretty much in control here.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
You can't overstate how much.
You trying to say do they fly to every state?
They have a distinct advantage there, and they have turned it into a lead.
And Reeves has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And if they can keep that same physicality, you have to think they'll be in a good position to grab another win here.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter. On the block, it's Vanderbilt and Davis. Vincent is out there with Austin Reeves. And it's Hachimura in at the small forward.
Guys, this is the NBA. You keep giving the ball away, you're going to get punished.
Gafford with the ball. Picked up by Davis. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. All alone. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Look, you always want to see your big man run the floor. There is no questioning Davis's effort on these plays.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Reeves. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their play.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Kyrie Irving has teamed up with Luka Doncic. Kai says he's a winner. I'm a winner. We like going against the best. That's where we connect. It's about how we galvanize the rest of the group. I've seen a lot, I've done a lot, I've failed and succeeded at the highest level, and I want to get back to that place. Kevin?
Yeah, and if anybody can do it, it is Kai. Title or bust. Thank you, D.A.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Now, here's Thompson. 14 points from him the last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis. The three for Doncic. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
And we know Hachimura has a confident personality. You see it there with the rise and fire approach. Nice.
Takes it inside, and that one is stuck right through.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
Now, here's Doncic, defended by Vincent. Doncic passes to Washington. Tries to keep it alive. It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. For Dallas, Derek Lively comes in for P.J. Washington. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Irving. And then for the Lakers, LeBron comes in for Vanderbilt. Christie subbed in for Hachimura. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Here's Lively. 6 on the shot clock. Gafford kicks to Thompson. Davis with it. Picked up by Thompson. And it's Davis with the jam.
What do you want? Agility, he's got it. Height, he's got it. Davis has every advantage on this play. Defenses just can't effectively counter him.
Here's Grimes. Pass to Lively. Here's Grimes. Poked loose.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Not only a terrible shot, but also at the worst possible time. That's just not a good idea.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, and that's made a huge difference. They're making the most of the chances on the break. Transition buckets decide more games than people think.
Los Angeles has gone along perfectly from three-point range tonight. They've gone 5 for 5. Here's Christie. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here's Doncic. 37 points in the win against Memphis.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Here's Vincent, and he drives in.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks.
Now, here's Doncic. Still yet to score. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Los Angeles ball.
And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for LeBron James.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Here's Vincent. Again, Los Angeles.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. Passes it to Lively. Knocks it loose. And so the ball out of bounds. Reeves touched it last. And the Mavericks making a change here. Texans checked in. Christian Woods checked in for the Lakers. Russell comes in for Austin Reeves. Here's Gafford. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. There's 37 seconds left in the first half of the game. There's the pass to Christie. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
And it's the Lakers on the break. Outside, James. From past the arc. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Russell against Doncic. Got a piece of it. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And the slam dunk by Russell. A dominating first half of basketball. And so far, hasn't been close. Lakers on top, running away with this one.
64.
And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
They played smart. They took their time and limited mistakes. When you value each possession, you eventually will get the shot you want. But when you lose the ball, you have no control over the possession.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they're not finding good shots, and that starts with their ball movement. Too much hero basketball. They need to sharpen up the attack. More motion, quick cuts, get the ball inside. There's no way they're coming back with that type of play.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
All right, so I went ahead and put page 3 on top because that's the page that starts off the hazmat stuff. Because the page 1 they gave me doesn't have anything that specifies.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Greg, what a great time to be a fan of basketball. Not just in the NBA, but all over the world.
Absolutely, Kevin. The sport just continues to grow, and there's increased value being placed on all-around skill, even in youth basketball. And I think that bodes well for the future of the game.
The star backcourt, Doncic and Irving are the guard set. And one forward, Thompson. And the other forward, Washington. And it's Lively in at the center. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Putting on a show. The moment Russell got the ball, he knew this was all him.
Doncic with it. Nothing on the board. Five to shoot. Thompson outside. Here's the 3. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And Russell gets it to go.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Doncic looking it over. And stolen by Russell. Goes up high for the 2-handed dunk.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Now, here is Irving. He's given them a healthy dose of offense each and every night with an average of 20 points a game. Thompson dishes to Irving. They can't stop the run with that one. Lakers have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the 3rd quarter. The shot's good from Christie.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
On the wing, Thompson. Christie with the rebound.
That's not how you want to come out of the break. 3 straight misses. They need to settle in quick.
And for Klay Thompson, Richard, he's entering a different part now of his career.
and it happens to all of us. Father Time is undefeated. But Klay's game, his ability to hit threes as an elite level, that is not going anywhere, Kevin.
Marshall, he's checked in for Luka Doncic. The Lakers also making some changes. Hachimura, he's checked in for Christie. And it's Austin Reeves in for Gabe Vincent. Pass to Marshall. That's tipped. Outside Irving. Fires from way outside. Rebounded by the Lakers.
Ugly start. Second half, they've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Oh, shit.
Marshall passes to Irving. Lively inside. Working on James. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract rates. Commissioner Silver says, we used to refer to it as dead money, a star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Dallas. Searching for that first bucket here in the third. Russell with it. Picked up by Thompson. Outside, Davis. High post try. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Now, here is Irving. Pass to Washington. Here's Lively. Shot clock at 6. Irving against James. And stolen by James. Now the Lakers on the break. And LeBron throws it down hard.
Okay, wow, old man LeBron James getting acrobatic, putting on a show. I see you, big fella.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And stolen by Russell. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And the slam dunk by Russell.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Knocked loose. There's the feed to Irving. Dallas again turning it over. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
You look at Reeves. He's on the cusp of the top 10 in the Western Conference voting.
So still a long way away from being named a starter, but the fans aren't overlooking what he's been doing this season.
And we'll keep you posted as the voting continues.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Ball's knocked loose. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And the slam dunk by Russell.
And that quickness of Russell can be devastating in transition. So hard to stop from scoring in the open floor.
Now, here is Irving. They need this. No good on the layup.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Pulls up, high post, and again it's the Lakers.
Ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
For Dallas, they've got a paltry 0 of 6 to begin the third quarter. What a terrible start to the half. Passes it to Lively. Thompson outside. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Reeves drives in. Hachimura kicks to LeBron. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Another turnover there leading to a basket.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel.
Nabbing another steal.
He's making history, tied for third most steals in a single game.
Incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
And so it's Los Angeles holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And we'll be back with you shortly. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Now the Mavericks with it. They host the Kings after this game, and that will be the middle game of this three-game homestand. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Russell is out there with Christie. And it's LeBron James. Then there's Hayes. He swipes the ball away again.
And he has been an absolute beast on the floor. Another steal.
Greg, that swipe puts him tied for second all-time for most steals in a game. What a defensive effort from him. Now, here's Hardy. He's covered closely. The pass to Marshall. Now the Lakers on the break. Pass to Hayes. From deep. And again, it's the Lakers from deep. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And they've also forced a lot of turnovers, capitalizing and turning those turnovers into points. Way to get after it.
The Lakers making a switch here. Connects checked in. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. It's blocked.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Here's LeBron. And another basket for the Lakers.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Here's Hardy. And nothing is falling for him right now. For Los Angeles, they've gotten all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. And it's James missing. Mavericks have gone 0-3 to start the fourth quarter. Hardy, no good. Los Angeles has gone 1-2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Connect. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Connects got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough deep.
And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession.
Yeah, couldn't quite hang on to it. They're not in a position now where they can afford to be giving it away like that.
Vincent's checked in for the Lakers. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds.
Oh, shit.
And the NBA helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
Powell dishes to exit. Rebounded by the Lakers. Christie's got his fourth rebound in this one. Pass to Vincent. Puts it up. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the fourth.
Here he goes. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Look at Wood finding ways to contribute. Sees an open man and drops a dime.
Here's Grimes. They get a hand on it. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Passes it to Christie. Makes it off the glass.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Here's Vincent. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
And as soon as they got the steal, it was off to the races. This is the aggressive mindset that the coaching staff encourages them to maintain.
And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. And the Mavericks with some changes. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Dwight Powell. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Harden. And the pass to Exum. Back to Doncic. Poked away. 6 to shoot. Wood, that's a two-pointer. And finished off by Wood.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm. And you can see how they're finishing their play.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still.
2 minutes.
Up top, Exum. They need this one. And rebounded by Connect. LA has gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. And here's Wood outside. And again, it's from deep.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
Going inside, he dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Lakers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for D'Angelo Russell.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Exum's shot is off.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
Bryant. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Pass to Connect. This one for 3, and the Lakers hit again from deep.
3 points.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team's floor, but when you go home feeling good.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here.
I want to thank the Dallas Mavericks for hosting this game. Sorry we had to beat y'all 134-4. We see you next time go around.
Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. LeBron, in the fourth quarter, were you looking to be aggressive?
Yeah, just try to close the game out. You know, my teammates look for me in the fourth quarter to close the game out with my scoring, my playmaking ability. So, you know, to be able to go out there and come through for it means a lot.
I know they're used to it by now, but I know you're still happy with the win. Congrats. Back to you.
Much appreciated, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. We'll see you next time.
All right, let's see who we got to play next.
I agree with that.
This is a great start, but with severe weather closing in, they'll have to keep their foot on the gas to get through all their lines.
All right, get your nieces. Getting on my nerves right now. I am about to be ready. She all right. All right, y'all. The next one we got is the Spurs. This is the last one, the last of the 2-game road trip. Then we go back home for the day to play the Clippers. So, yeah.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
So happy to have you here for a midweek edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This should be an intriguing contest. Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. The Los Angeles starters. Russell and Reeves teaming up in the backcourt. It's LeBron at power forward with AD as the center. And it's Hachimura in at the small forward. And for San Antonio, Sohan and Wemby are the bigs. Vassell and Johnson are the 2 and the 3. And it's Paul in at the point guard position. You know, on paper, this looks like a lopsided matchup. But anything can happen in the NBA, Grant.
That is the truth. I mean, that's why they play the games. One guy gets hot, a team gets cold. That's all it takes to swing the entire outcome of a game.
Tip-off goes to the Lakers. James passes to Reeves. And there's James on the assist by Reeves.
Once James gets the ball in close, it's game over. Put up those 2 points.
Paul with it. Hook loose. Stolen by Russell. Now the Lakers moving it up. This one for 3. And it's James with the 3. James has got 5 now.
Well, LeBron is a guy who can score from anywhere. He's comfortable taking long-range shots.
Paul passes to Sohan. Got a piece of it. Now the Lakers moving it up. Jumps up. And James throws it down.
And it's always fun to watch James do his thing. What a move by LeBron.
There's the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, capturing the moment. Now here's Sohan. He's covered closely. Outside Paul.
Okay.
Shot clock at 6. Pass to Vassell. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. And with New Year's fast approaching, let's see our power rankings for an idea of how everyone's year is looking. You look at Oklahoma City, no movement for them, maintaining their top 10 spot.
Seeing where Los Angeles is, they've been giving their all in every game, eager to show those who doubted them that they're capable of being the top team.
Now here's Reeves. His last outing, he had 18 points.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Thanks, guys. Well, the Spurs with some experienced additions, bringing in Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes. Their mentorship is likely just as valuable to this young roster as their contributions on the court. And with legendary head coach Greg Popovich, they're creating an environment for growth in San Antonio. They're really building things the right way, guys.
All right, Shams, appreciate the report.
There's no way coach likes this effort level. They need to refocus.
Yeah, you have to take a timeout in a situation like this. Stop the bleeding a bit and regroup.
Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Ball against Russell. Here's Wembanyama, a proven scorer in this league, averaging just over 25 a game. 6 to shoot. Spurs need to get one up here. Paul for 3. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Greg Popovich had a few moments to share with me. He was just marveling at LeBron's ability to take advantage of any mistake you make, even a minor one. He said, if you're even a half step away from a guy defensively, LeBron will find that person. The coach is asking his guys to stay connected to shooters tonight.
Appreciate the report, Allie. And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. That one's off. Still out of sync. The Lakers have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. Hachimura, the pass to James. That one falls. James has got 9.
So look, this is how you want to start every game. 5 for 5. Come on.
That's tipped. Stolen by Russell. Out on his own on the break. He goes up. And then Russell with the dunk.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
And San Antonio has possession following the score by Los Angeles. Ball passes to Sohan. Outside Johnson. 11 feet out. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. They come into this one having outplayed the Mavericks last time out.
Oh my, talk about mental toughness. The crowd was scoring against them. You were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
Nothing is better than winning on the road in this league. It's so difficult. You savor every one of them.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. And Stan, for those teams struggling out of the gate, how do these coaches approach it right now?
Well, look, I think what's important, Brian, when you're talking to your team is they need to understand what it takes to win, why we win, and why we lose. And you've got to play to those expectations, all right, and those demands. It's not at early in the year as much the results. It's about what you're doing on the court, well or poorly.
Tell her to chill out. You'll be all
Now's a
right.
good time to take a quick glance at the 2K leaderboard and see which point guards have shot the best from the charity stripe over the last 10 games. Fifth on the list, Chris Paul.
Yeah, when this group goes to the line, odds are they're sinking their shots. As a result, the defense really has to question whether they can be as aggressive as they'd like to be.
And that's something he can really use to his advantage. It gives him an edge against more imposing defenders.
Here's Johnson, a valuable part of their offense, averaging a little more than 16 a game. Stan, when you talk to others about Keldon Johnson, one of the things you hear is that he's a natural leader.
Yeah, Brian, look, the intangibles with him are off the charts. This is a guy that got on the United States national team because of the kind of person and player he is. He leads by example every day.
That's what happens when you challenge Davis. He can be so disruptive as a defender.
For San Antonio, Collins, he's checked in for Sohan, and it's Jones in for Paul.
Okay, but it only takes 1 minute for a car to turn into another, or for something terrifying to happen. A stranger could break in, a child could get hurt, or worse. This isn't a small mistake.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Johnson off the mark, and the drought continues. Los Angeles leading by 18. Left side, Davis shoots over Collins, and Davis with the basket on the assist by Russell.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assists.
They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Jones against Russell. Jones, the pass to Wembanyama. Vassell outside.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
6 on the shot clock.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
And it's Hachimura on the drive.
It's been an outstanding performance for them in just about every area.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
San Antonio with the ball. Searching for their first points of the game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule. They lost to the Rockets.
It's simple. Your defense has to be razor sharp on the road. You really want to take the crowd out of the game. Easier said than done.
Well, on the road, your defense needs to withstand runs from the other side, and that wasn't the case for them.
Here's Johnson. The Lakers getting their last shot to go. Out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, you pay the price.
And the Spurs with some changes. Harrison Barnes comes in for Johnson, and Branham subbed in for Vassell. And the Lakers also making a switch. Vanderbilt's checked in. That'll be a 5-second call. Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for the last handful of seasons for LeBron James.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
1:09 left to play in the first quarter. Jones finds Wembanyama. And here's Collins.
Instead, they're still trying to work with you. And they try to work with
outside Jones.
Here's the thing. I know a lot of people understand.
Just 5 to shoot. Outside Barnes. Puts up a deep three. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
We all know he's a good shooter. But from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
40 seconds left in the first. Oh, they get a hand on it. Oh, it's stolen by Hachimura. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
And then Russell with the dunk.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
The offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Yeah, and until the defense makes an adjustment, there's no reason to go away from what they're doing.
And so it's Los Angeles with an almost surefire victory here, up 32 at the end of the quarter and dominating. And they've racked up a ton of turnovers. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Yes. So, I was going back and forth with the drug support personnel in this case, and
Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Lakers?
Well, coaches love to say turn defense into offense, and clearly they've been forcing the issue on that side of the ball.
And also the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
We've got Zach Collins, Harrison Barnes out there with Wembanyama. Then it's Trey Jones, and it's Branham in at the shooting guard position. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Vanderbilt. And a moment to check out who the Los Angeles Lakers have coming up. On Thursday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Friday, they'll go up against Chris Paul and the San Antonio Spurs.
And you know, for that matchup with the Knicks, it's always exciting when you get to clash with the #1 team. These guys will be hungry to prove themselves in that one.
Collins, no good. And so Davis will bring it up for Los Angeles. Next up on the schedule, the Clippers. That'll be a home game, and that's a one-game homestand for the club.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers.
Hachimura left side, beyond the arc, and Los Angeles another three.
They continue to lose the turnover battle.
And San Antonio has possession. Knocks it loose. Now the Lakers moving it up by himself. And the big
I'll call you after the game over with.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Here's Branham. Yet to see a basket. Clock at 6. They need this. The shot, no good. The Lakers have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Vanderbilt, the pass to Hachimura. And Los Angeles, another three.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Victor Wembanyama is looking to make the Spurs a contender. He said, my hunger is bigger than ever to win and compete. I can get so much better, and this is what I'm trying to do every game, every week, and every month. There's no need to be frustrated. I keep my long-term goals in mind.
Passion and patience. Good stuff, Allie. Thank you. Johnson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Vassell comes in for Branham.
Devin Vassell.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Back to Vincent. Pass to Davis. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
On offense, here is San Antonio. And their first look at this year's Lakers squad.
It really should be an interesting one to watch.
Well, this is when it's fun for a coach. You don't want to tip your hand too much in the first matchup.
Johnson with it. Shot clock at 5. To end the drought. That one no good.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
And, Coach, you've been lauded by some of your former players for your pregame preparation. I've seen it myself in the broadcast booth.
Well, I've also been cursed by some of those players for my pregame walkthroughs, Brian. People thought they were way too long, but I just wanted to be as prepared as possible and was one that always believed I'd rather do too much than too little.
Jones from outside. Christie with a rebound. On offense, here are the Lakers. Big-time run continues here. 16-0. Shutting it down. And the basket by Hachimura.
Dare I say, he's had a perfect game. Incredible. No misses thus far. A major reason they lead.
Vassell outside.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Collins, high post. Back to Vassell. Jones feels it out. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. For San Antonio, Sohan's checked in for Barnes. And it's Chris Paul in for Jones. And the Lakers also making a change. Austin Reeves is checked in for Hachimura. So it's Los Angeles now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Right wing. And here's Vanderbilt from the arc. Knocks down the triple. Vanderbilt's got 5 points now this quarter.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high percentage looks.
Here's Sohan. Blocked. And as it goes out of bounds, San Antonio will keep possession.
San Antonio ball.
We use progressive sanctions. We did have TDRF in abeyance, back on 9/20/2023. Instead of that, we went ahead and gave her the chance to do.
Here's Johnson. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Rockets in Houston.
And he did a lot of work on the glass as well. He impacted the game on multiple.
His struggles continue here in the second period. He simply can't get anything to fall.
Davis, that's good.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Spurs. The steal. In transition, here they come. Here's Vincent. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
They've settled into this game. You can see the offense is on fire.
Yeah, and that is key for them. Continuing to build out this lead.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
There's the steal. Now the Lakers moving it up. Here's Reeves. And there's another one for the Lakers.
The mid-range jumper isn't the most popular shot these days, but it's working for them.
To the wing, right side. Here's Paul. It's tipped. Vassell against Reeves. Vincent outside. Uncovered. And the Lakers tack on 2 more.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
And here's Collins for 3. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. And they're up an insane amount going into the break. A big difference in shooting percentages. That's why they lead. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks. I'm here with Coach Popovich. And, Pop, I know you're not happy with the first half. They've taken the fight to you thus far. How do you take it back?
Yeah, they've been the aggressive team. I think we played really soft so far. Really pathetic defensive performance.
Coach, hopefully more toughness from your team in the second half. Thanks.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was all about the Lakers as the game got going. They ended up scoring 14 unanswered points, really doing damage early. The effort, the intensity, impressive. They delivered a real beatdown in the first quarter, ending with a whopping lead. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play. Helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. What do you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Lakers?
They scored very effectively. With the exception of ball movement and play calling, they were able to exploit multiple weaknesses in the defense. They've got to feel good about themselves running out to a huge lead.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ronnie. Giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They looked out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Her last positive would have been September last year.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Boy, you have to like what we're seeing from Rui Hachimura.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. On the court for the Lakers, Russell and Reeves teaming up in the backcourt. It's LeBron at power forward with AD as the center, and it's Vincent in at the 3, the small forward. Outside Paul, 5 on the clock. A deep 3. Rebound collected by Anthony Davis. Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Stan, one of the most impressive streaks in sports history. The San Antonio Spurs, one of the smallest markets in the NBA, making 22 consecutive playoffs.
Yeah, and Brian, there's nothing that I respect more than consistent success year after year. I think it's harder than having that one great year. What San Antonio did in those years is incredible.
And they had a great sideline reporter, I hear, too.
Good-looking guy.
Hachimura's checked in for Vincent. Here's James. Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Here's Reeves. Oh!
Wow!
And he jams it home with authority.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
On the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, good looks by our terrific camera crew. Now here's Paul. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one.
Los Angeles.
All right, let's take a look at the highest scoring teams over the past month in the NBA. The Lakers, #1.
This team has really found a great offensive rhythm lately. Running smart plays, sharing the ball, and racking up points.
She at her granny house right now,
We're
sis.
just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time. Brian, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie. Fast break. Here come the Lakers. And then Russell with the dunk.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
When you're casual with the ball, it can come back to bite you.
Yeah, B.A. Playing loose can help you and hurt you. They really need to tighten it up.
Oh, LeBron hammers it home.
What an athletic slam by LeBron, showing these young guys how it's done.
Over to the wing. Knocked away. Out of bounds. Los Angeles will have it. And even after a year, the numbers that Wembanyama can put up are staggering.
Oh, terrifying what his stat line could look like in 5 years' time. His minutes and usage will only continue to grow. He could have multiple quadruple doubles in his future.
Jones, he's checked in for Chris Paul. And the Lakers also making a change. Woods checked in for Davis.
It's been a perfect start coming out of the half. I mean, you have to really love the execution.
Stolen by Russell. And here's the fast break. And he lays it in off the breakaway. Russell's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Pass to Johnson. Looking to end the run. And it's blocked by Wood.
Yeah, just a big-time denial by Wood. I mean, he's developed a good nose for finding blocks.
From deep, Reeves. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Russell's got his 6th assist of the night.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
It's stolen by James. It's a one-on-one situation. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Reeves.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
For San Antonio, Massey, he's checked in for Sohan. Harrison Barnes comes in for Johnson. And Branham subbed in for Vassell. And it's Jones with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Searching for that first bucket here in the third. Pass to Wembanyama. Back to Jones. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Reeves. For the finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Bassey, the pass to Jones. Here's Bassey. Outside Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Bassey. Here's Branham. Still without a bucket. To end the cold spell. Another shot. Deflected. They get it back. Los Angeles has gotten all 3 from downtown so far in the second half. And it's Russell on the drive. Here's Wood. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Russell's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up block shots.
And you got to respect their energy level. A lot of steals, staying active and making things happen.
The Spurs have gotten off to a rough start. Now 0 for 5 in the second. Pass to Wembanyama. LeBron with the rebound.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Hachimura with the ball. He's picked up by Barnes, and there it is for him. James has got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, no doubt about it. LeBron is in attack mode tonight. He's looking to score every time he touches the ball.
Bassey, pass to Branham. Here's Bassey, guarded by Wood. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Over Wembanyama. That one's good from James on the assist by Reeves. Reeves has got 6 assists here tonight. They haven't looked like themselves the last few possessions.
They haven't. This is when they really need to be patient and get a clean look.
Tipped away. Jones against Russell. Here's Wembanyama. San Antonio again can't hit.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Barnes, and it's Bassey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's in the game for the Spurs. And, Coach, it seems there's a move to cut out some of the cheap fouls in the game. This notion of, if you wouldn't call it on the playground, why do you call it in a game? You like to see where it's going?
Yeah, look, there's some times where I think we'd get a better game if the players do what they did in pickup games, Brian, and just called their own fouls. A lot of these cheap fouls would cease to exist. I think there's just got to be a better recognition from referees on what really impacts a play and what doesn't.
Vincent, and the powerful one-handed slam.
Excellent decision from James. He's all for whipping passes to uncover teammates.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
And it's the Lakers on the break. Unloads. Again, the Lakers.
Gotta stay up on James, or he will go right up with that shot.
And they've been careless with the ball tonight.
Yeah, it's a lack of focus and a lack of discipline. They're better than this.
Here's Hayes, and the Lakers tack on 2 more.
I'll tell you what, fast break points have been the story here.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Bassey, the pass to Mamukelashvili. 6 to shoot. Here's Barnes. And again, unable to change momentum here. Ooh, LeBron with the slam.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Here's Wesley. He's covered by Vincent. And we haven't seen a new franchise join the NBA stand since the Charlotte Bobcats in 2003. 20 years later, though, things seem to be percolating a bit.
Well, you've seen it, Brian. There's some deep pockets out there and some great markets all vying to get into the action. And we know that the NBA is all about growth.
Davis, he's checked in for the Lakers. Shot clock at 3. From deep three-point land. And once again, off the mark by San Antonio. The Lakers have gotten off to a perfect 5 for 5 so far in the 4th. Here's Connect. And again, it's the Lakers.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
And here we go. Lakers running again. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And you see the awareness Connect has a good understanding for when his guys are open.
For San Antonio, they've gone 0 for 3 in this fourth. Not good. Here's Branham. They grab their own miss. Basket counts.
Well, I love physical guards like Branham, playing hard down low.
Here's Hayes. And again, it's the Lakers.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. For San Antonio, Johnson comes in for Mamu Kelishvili. And it's Devin Vassell in for Wesley. The Lakers also with a sub. Woods checked in. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Knocked loose. Here's Christie. And he makes it on the layup.
Like a matador. Olé! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Here's Connect. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
Yeah, showing off his sneaky athleticism. Connect fears no one when attacking the basket.
San Antonio has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Massey, the pass to Branham. There's 1:47 left in the fourth quarter here. Outside Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Here's Massey. Branham. And no good, trying to use the glass.
That's 2 points they should have had. I'm sure he'd love to get that look again.
Pass to Connect. Launches it. And Los Angeles, another 3.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Lakers.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And they really wanted this one. It pushes their win total up to 21.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for LeBron James.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decisions.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on them.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Here's Branham. He's covered by Vincent. Branham passes to Johnson. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Christie. And he hammers it home to polish off the break.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
It is always a special feeling winning on the road. The degree of difficulty adding to that sense of accomplishment.
Now here's Johnson. He's guarded closely. 4 on the clock. Here's Christie. Again, the Lakers score.
We want to thank the San Antonio Spurs for hosting this game and letting our fans know Joe fans for serving each other 127-2. We'll see y'all next time go around.
Consistent throughout. They met every challenge and they earned this dub.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
All right, let's see who we play next later on today.
So, we're going to get up tomorrow, and we're going to finish the rest of this load off, going down here to Houston to drop this bad boy off. Then,
okay, the next 2 games, we at home for the Clippers, so it's LA Clippers versus the LA Lakers. Then we back on the road December 20th. We got to play the Spurs again. So I'll see y'all later on tonight. All right, peace, love, loyalty.